The true test of a poker player is the cash game. And over the years, the Crown Casino has attracted the world's best poker players to an exclusive, invitation-only, high-stakes cash game. Tonight, the intimidator, Patrick Antonius, the man no one wants to face, will match up against the uber-confident, multi-tabling whiz kid, Tom Dwan. These top money earners will square off in the biggest televised heads-up match ever with $2.5 million on the table. There's high stakes, and there's huge stakes. Get ready for the PokerStars.net Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational Heads-Up Duel. We come to you once again from the banks of the Yarra River. We are at the Crown Casino here in Melbourne, Australia, and this is the culmination of what has been a very exciting week of poker here in Melbourne. Heads up competition. Tom Dwan, top-ranked cash player in the game. He'll start with $1 million. Across the table from him, Patrick Antonius. He won $701,000 and change in 07 and 08 and starts with $1.5 million. I'm Barry Tompkins, along with poker expert Bart Hansen. And Bart, usually when we talk about poker on television, we're talking about chips and chip count. But that is not the case today. We're talking about money, and it's real money. And two of the best players in the world, amongst whom there are absolutely no secrets. They know each other that well.
And it's a real treat for a guy like me who plays professional poker to see two of the best heads up. In fact, we've never really seen a cash game in a heads up format like this on television. Millions of dollars are at stake. I mean, Tom Dwan, he's got $1 million on the table. If he loses it, he's got $1 million on the side. So he is prepared to bring more money onto the table.
Yes, 7 figures is at stake on the table today. And what we're really looking at is two poker heavyweights who will come out slugging. There's no question about it. And this will not end in a decision. This will end in a knockout.
I basically play anyone involved in any game, because usually the better player wins if you play a very long time.
He's just a very good poker player and reasons through hands very well. He analyzes how his opponents play well, and he doesn't let his emotions get the best of him.
I think Tom is a very hungry player. He wants to be the best. He approaches the game a totally different way, and he's super talented, I think.
Patrick's an extremely good poker player. I've played him heads up online a bunch. There's more skill in heads up than any other form of poker. There's more intricate scenarios which will come up, so you need to be in so many pots or else you're going to just get blinded away. And especially at the highest stakes, people are adapting so fast, so you need to also be adapting or else you're going to lose a lot of money quickly.
Lately it's been pretty good for me. I probably won at least $1 million. Could be more, could be almost $2 million, but it's very good for my confidence for coming to this game. I feel that I have a big edge at the moment.
So it's just the two of them. No Limit Hold'em will be the first portion of this. We will also play Pot Limit Omaha.
Blinds are 1,000, 2,000 with a 500 ante. Button is first to act in the small blind and then has position in each subsequent betting round.
Antonius with an ace-7 suited, raised to 7,000. Now Dwan in the big blind.
Ace-7 suited, a very good hand, heads up.
Dwan a queen-4 suited. On the flop, wow, ace, queen, 7, each catch.
Oh, this is a huge hand right off the bat. Dwan's got a pair and a flush draw, and Antonius has top and bottom pair. Big, big, big flop, and just a bet and a call.
And an 8 of spades on the turn.
And now Antonius has a spade draw along with 2 pair. And let's see, obviously he's gonna bet for value here on the turn. He's got to figure aces and 7s are the best hand.
25,000 to bet from Antonius.
He wants to get called by weaker aces and flush draws.
And he does get called, 25,000.
Be interesting, if a 4 or a queen comes on the river.
It's a jack.
Well, Dwan only has a pair of queens. Pot's 85,000. He only has a bluff catcher. And Antonius is definitely going to bet for value here with aces up. Got to give Tom Dwan some credit here because this pot could have gotten a lot bigger.
65,000 is the bet by Antonius to Dwan.
So he's getting over 2-1 here. There's 150,000 in the pot.
Are you just steaming because of that hand you were talking about? Probably, right?
He throws it away.
Anyways,
A good lay down there by Tom
full
Dwan.
house on the turn.
$150,000 pot right off the bat.
And of course, we're talking real money here. Well, let's look at what the chips are worth. The blue chip, that is the dark blue chip, $500. The lighter blue chip is $1,000. The orange chip, $5,000. Then that opalescent rectangular chip is worth $25,000. So 2 players playing for a whole lot of money.
Do they need to make no limit win ante tables so badly?
King
So much
9
better.
suited for
Heads up.
Dwan. Raised to 7,000.
And we're going to see these players play a lot of hands heads up. Antonius with 6s.
How many hands are we gonna play one game? Or is it just time limited?
Whatever you want.
Here's the flop, and what a flop for Antonius.
And Durr is lucky that he doesn't have ace-9 here, or that board didn't come out king-king-6. Here he doesn't even fire at it.
The turn is a queen of spades.
Well, Antonius is definitely going to bet out here with his full house. The pot is 15,000.
And he bets 12,000, close to the amount of the pot.
Well, Durr has picked up a flush draw here. We know that he's drawing dead.
He does make the call.
It'll be interesting if he does hit a spade here.
Did not. 8 of clubs on the river.
Well, sometimes good players make calls with king high. That hand does have some showdown value. Obviously, he has just a bluff catcher.
35,000 from Antonius.
That's 35,000.
And that's a big, big bet on the river here. And what might be going through Tom Dwan's head is, you know, does Antonius really have an ace here? Because what would he bet on the river so big?
And again, he'll muck the hand. So Antonius has won the first 2 hands here in head-to-head. And both pretty good laydowns by Dwan. That's where we stand right now. Antonius up 62,000. And of course, Dwan down the same 62. Pair of 10s for Dwan.
Well, this is a monster hand heads up, Barry.
He'll raise to 7,000. Ow.
And another big hand here with pocket 9s.
Well, this is going to be interesting. He's going to raise up to 20,000.
And with the stacks so deep here, I would imagine that Tom Dwan is just going to call and see the flop.
Which is exactly what he does. You can see Dwan with a big edge here.
45,000 in the pot.
Here's the flop. Ace 7 deuce.
And of course, that's going to slow the action down here. Obviously, neither player has an ace. But they both have what they think is second pair to the board.
28,000 is the bet from Antonius.
And let's see how Tom Dwan plays it. He does have position. You know, he might one-time it here and see what Antonius does on the turn. Kind of a small bet.
Just a call.
Let's see what Patrick does here. If he's going to shut it down on the turn or if he thinks Durr's got a flush draw.
More than 100,000 in there and a jack of clubs.
Well, now both players have third pair to the board. Jack doesn't change much, but if someone did have a jack-high flush draw, they would now beat the other person's hand. Little bit of pot control there by Dwan.
Check, check, and a deuce.
Now this is going to be interesting because if Patrick checks the river, will Tom Dwan value bet with third pair here? No, he just checks behind.
And Dwan's going to win the hand. So Tom Dwan takes down this hand against Antonius. What we're really watching here is 2 heavyweights, and right now a little sparring going on. 11,500 to the good for Antonius. Lots more to come on the PokerStars.net Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational Heads Up Duel. We welcome you back to the beautiful Melbourne Crown Casino, where 2 of the top cash game players in the world are doing battle in the Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational Heads Up Duel. We're back inside the poker room at the Crown, where Patrick Antonius has taken an early lead, but tonight won't be the end of that rivalry. Tom Dwan made a unique proposition, which Patrick Antonius answered.
I decided to make a open offer where I would put up $1.5 million to anyone's $500,000, over 50,000 hands of 200, 400, either no limit or PLO.
It looks like I'm going to be the first player to play him. He's laying a little bit more money against my money if I can beat him, and so on. We're going to play like 50,000 hands.
And whoever's up money after the 50,000 hands needs to pay their side bet amount, and the money you win also obviously stays. It's a way of getting people to give some action.
I think they're very confident at the moment. He put this challenge to anyone in the world except one player, and he thinks he's better than